Welcome to Breakdown. It's Monday, March 13th. The madness is in the air. It's basketball, March Madness. We got the SEC and the Big Ten all in the dance. We're going to talk about the SEC schools and the Big Ten schools in the dance. JJ, you ready to do it?
Yeah, I'm ready to do it.
Ready to do it? Okay. Okay,
Yes, sir.
JJ. How do you like the selection committee?
Selection committee. I think they got it right for a lot of the Big Ten and SEC schools.
Okay.
You know,
SEC got 8 teams in the dance. Big Ten got 8 teams in the dance.
only team that was really on the bubble that didn't make it was Rutgers, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Every other bubble team.
Yeah, and to my disappointment, Vandy was not on the bubble, but they've been playing.
They had a pretty good.
They've been playing some great basketball, and just really quickly, they are in the NIT, and if they win their first game in NIT, they will come to Ann Arbor if Ann Arbor wins its first game in NIT and play each other, and I would love to see that game.
Yeah.
Okay, JJ, back to the dance though.
Let's go back to it.
Alabama, #1 seed. Purdue, a #1 seed. The SEC had 8. The Big Ten had 8 teams in the dance. The selection committee had these conferences very, very, very close.
Yeah.
Each had a #1 seed.
Yeah.
Each had a #4 seed.
Yeah.
Each had 2 #7 seed.
Yeah.
Each had a #9 seed. The average seeding for the SEC would be 6.6, and the average seeding for the Big Ten would be 6.8. You couldn't get any closer than that, in my book. Who's going to outperform?
That's a good question. Outperform the other conference?
Yes.
Well, luckily there's 3 games where they have head-to-head matchups where they can decide that themselves on the court.
3 big games.
Yeah. Normally it's hard to do the transitive property and this and that, but, Arkansas is playing Illinois. That's happening in the first round.
You know what? Arkansas has played Illinois 5 times in its history. Arkansas has yet to beat Illinois. You've seen them play 2 times.
Yeah, I saw a couple of those losses in this United Center.
That's true.
Yeah.
So will things be different this time around?
Well,
Is the 6th time the charm?
I don't even think any of those people, the last time they played one another, I don't even know if any of those people were in elementary school that are currently on either roster. So I don't think they care one way about that or another. I think it'll be a little different. Illinois doesn't have they don't really have a point guard.
Interesting.
Arkansas does like to put out a press every now and then.
So who you got winning that game, Arkansas and Illinois?
I really like Illinois. I like Matthew Meyer, but I'm gonna go with Arkansas on that one.
Okay. What about Iowa and Auburn? They're in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Those 2 teams hook up against each other. Auburn is a 9th seed and Illinois is an 8th seed.
Yeah. So Auburn has the point guard from the state of Michigan, Detroit Country Day.
Okay.
I am not the biggest Bruce Pearl guy. I watch a lot of Iowa. I just think that they shoot it so well. I'm gonna go with Iowa.
Okay.
To be the sacrificial lamb to Houston.
And the other matchup between SEC and the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Texas A&M versus Penn State.
Oh yeah.
Texas A&M is a 7 seed. Penn State is a 10 seed.
Both of those teams, I think, are underseeded. Penn State, they kind of deserve their seeding a little bit. They kind of fell apart down the stretch a little bit, but I'm taking Penn State.
Both teams played in their conference championship game and lost to the eventual #1 seed.
Yes. Penn State lost by 1 point or 2 points.
Okay.
Texas A&M lost by a lot more.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I'm a big Jalen Pickett guy. I like Seth Lundy. I've been underrating Texas A&M this entire time. Wade Taylor IV, their sophomore guard, is third leading scorer in the conference.
And he's probably the best playing guard in the conference as at the end of the season.
Yeah.
In my mind,
Yeah.
he was playing best. He and Anthony Black from Arkansas were playing the best among the point guards, and for that purpose, I'm picking A&M for the point guard play.
Yeah.
And I'm picking Arkansas over Illinois for the for the fact that Arkansas is pretty good. And Iowa Auburn, You know what? I would probably go with Iowa in that one. I would probably go now. But the other games, JJ, Michigan State, they're a 7th seed in the East.
Yeah.
They hook up against USC.
Yeah.
How do you see that game?
Well, Michigan State has 3 players that shoot above 40% from 3. Joy Hauser shoots 46% from 3.
That's smoking.
Jaden Aiken shoots 44% from 3, and Tyson Walker shoots 42.3. So they have 3 guys that can really shoot it. Experience, guard play, and shooting is really what matters in the tournament. So I really like MSU. However, USC has a point guard, Boogie Ellis, transfer from Memphis, that's been playing out of his mind recently. He averages 18 on the season, but he's been playing really, really well. But they have a lot of length. USC is bigger at every single position, I think. They have a shooting guard that's 6'9". I have no idea who Michigan State's going to use to guard Drew Peterson. Because he's a 6'9" guy that'll take a little guy in the post and do a turnaround fadeaway shot. And that's really hard to defend at 6'9". So, having said that, the game is at noon in Columbus.
Yep, Columbus, Ohio.
Which is 9 a.m. in California time.
I hadn't thought about that.
That in tandem with the proximity to Michigan State's campus, I'm thinking that they're going to have a pretty significant home court advantage. And I'm going to go with MSU to the win.
And if you factor in that just on Sunday, but they changed the time, it'd be more like 8 o'clock, but they do have more time to adjust to that. So the 8 o'clock factor shouldn't be a thing. But I do agree with you with the timing. The time zone is huge to me. And
they did not do USC any favors by having them play at noon.
Okay. I like that. Tennessee, JJ. Tennessee matching up with Louisiana first round.
Yeah, that's a big upset pick that I've seen a lot of people make just because Tennessee hasn't been looking so great without Zakai Ziegler, their point guard. Lost to Missouri in the quarterfinals. But, I still like Tennessee to beat Louisiana.
Okay. I do too.
I haven't seen Louisiana play a lot of games this year, honestly.
In the I'm just going to go down really quickly. The biggest outside of the SEC Big Ten matchup, West Virginia, Maryland.
I like that. That's a nice match.
That's 8 and 9. West Virginia's 8. Yeah. Maryland is 9.
Yeah, and West Virginia, were they to win, they could give a lot of challenges to Alabama in the next round. However, I do have Maryland coming out victorious in that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be a good one. Missouri and Utah State.
Yeah, Utah State.
Missouri's a 7. Utah State's a 10.
Yeah. I think Missouri's underseeded. Utah State, I've watched them play a couple of games this year. They look pretty good. I can't remember their leading scorer. He's a 22-year-old senior, but I like Missouri. I've watched a lot of Missouri. I like Missouri in that game.
Okay. Gonzaga, Boise State. I'm sorry. Northwestern and Boise State.
Yeah, I think this is an opportunity for Northwestern. The Mountain West doesn't do well in the tournament. They really have, the Big people talk about the Big Ten not underperforming the Pac-12. The Big Ten hasn't won a championship since 2000. The Pac-12 hasn't won one since 1997.
Wow. And
everyone likes to talk about how they underperform, but no one talks about how the Mountain West really doesn't do anything really in the tournament either.
They're not a Power 5 conference.
Well, they're not a Power 5, but they're a conference that neither is the Big East technically. They're a conference that sends multiple teams to the tourney every year, and they under-deliver it, and I'm going to pick Northwestern. Who do you got?
I got Northwestern, and I'm just going to say this, UCLA. Be on your guards when Northwestern come a knocking. That's what I'm going to say. JJ, Indiana. How good is Indiana?
Indiana's really good. I mean, they have a first-round pick in Jalen Hood-Schifino. They have a player of the year candidate, a first-team All-American, and Trace Jackson Davis. I like Indiana. They have a pro for a head coach, like a guy who can really draw up NBA sets. But do they have a point guard? That's the question. Where's their guard play? I mean, Jalen Hood-Schifino, who could relieve him?
Okay. I got Indiana going to the Elite Eight.
I would love for that to. I think they have the talent to do it. I really do. I don't know, that matchup against Miami. It's potentially if Miami gets by Drake. I mean, they have Nigel Pack and Isaiah Wong. They have two good guards with experience. I believe in experienced guards.
And that assumes though that Marcus Sasser from Houston won't be playing in the Sweet 16 game, because if he does, I would change that and put Houston in the Elite Eight. But if at least playing 100%, who knows? No, there's a lot of things going on with Houston and with their coach, not him personally, but he lost a twin not that long ago.
Yeah, really.
That's got to be tough.
Yeah. Say your prayers for Kelvin Sampson's family.
That's true. That's true. Mississippi State, JJ, they got the play-in game.
Just to get back on Indiana though,
Yes.
Are they gonna beat Penn State? They have a sincere carry. That's a name that you should know, and I wouldn't just overlook that matchup.
I've heard a lot of people talking about Kent State, their shooting skills and how they can beat this team, but you know what? I got to go with Indiana.
Okay.
I like you mentioned their coach Woodson earlier.
Yeah.
They got the better coach. I would have to go with them. Okay. JJ, I've been holding back on this before I get to Purdue. Have we mentioned all the teams playing so far other than Purdue?
Did we mention Kentucky playing against Providence?
We did not.
And their former teammate, first team Big East, Bryce Hopkins, who once he found out he was playing his old team in Kentucky was flexing for the camera, and he was really excited about that one.
That actually would be, for me, a tougher first round game for Kentucky than the potential second round game.
Oh yeah. I don't agree with that.
But
I have them losing in the second round to Kansas State,
but I'm not surprised.
But
you also mentioned about Providence and their being falling down a little bit at the end because their coach is going to be leaving.
Is he distracted? We know Bryce Hopkins isn't, but is Ed Cooley distracted?
Okay. I tell you what, for a player to play against his old team, got to be a big motivator.
Oh yeah,
a humongous motivator.
I'm sure he's excited.
Yeah, and he's gonna get his team excited.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And with all that said, can Kentucky beat Providence?
They should beat Providence.
Okay.
I have them beating Providence. Kansas State's a little different, but that's another story.
Okay. Well, JJ, let's go to Purdue. Number 1 seed in the East.
Yeah.
They got the big man.
Yeah.
Talk about Purdue and their big man.
Well, Zach Edey's a 7'4" guy that can move. So you gotta double team him, but even being double team, can you really stop him? He gets 30 and 10 pretty regularly. It really comes down to how if he'll be officiated the same out of conference as he has been in conference.
Okay. Can Purdue win it all?
You're putting a lot on the Fletcher Lawyers of the world and like the freshman guards who haven't been there before. You're putting a lot of pressure on them.
I'm not putting anything on anybody. I'm asking you a question. Can they win it all?
They absolutely can.
Okay.
I don't think that they will, but I absolutely think that they can. I actually have Memphis beating them in the second round.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, JJ. Who's gonna do better in the tournament? The SEC or the Big Ten?
That's a good question. I think one team in the SEC is going to do well. And I think, other than that, I think, the Big Ten will at least do as well as everybody else. But I think Alabama's a different breed. And just because of their bracket, their 2 seed, they have issues with their shooting from their point guard, Kirk Kriesna. His shoulder, he hasn't really been the same since then. Baylor can't guard anybody. I don't think Virginia has a talent. I just think that they have the most favorable. I mean, they're the number 1 overall seed. They should have the most favorable region,
true.
And they do. Everyone else, I think, I could see MSU making a run. I think if Alabama didn't exist, I would pick. You took Alabama and Purdue out. I would pick the Big Ten to have a better, more successful run than the SEC. But Alabama, I think they're different.
Well, JJ, let's. You talk about talent. Let's talk about talent. Mm-hmm. And I want to know what real team is going to show up. Kentucky has 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 McAdee's Burger guys on their team. They were preseason number 1 by some people. Did that talent just overrated, or what happened?
The talent is concentrated at one position. He has 3 power forwards that are McDonald's All-Americans, and that's not, you can't use them together. So it's just not a well-built team. They have 1 point guard. Severe Wheeler got hurt. You can't prepare for that. But he was going to be the backup to Casey Wallace. But Casey Wallace is an inexperienced
McDonald's All-American.
But as a shooting guard, he's not a natural point guard. He wasn't naturally a point guard in high school. He played a lot of off guard. I mean, they don't have enough guards. So
Okay, JJ, let's talk talent from another SEC school.
okay,
A team. Let me ask you this, JJ. Let me ask you this question. Of the first, I'm gonna say 8. First 8 college players to get drafted in the June 22nd draft. College player. Will 3 of them be from Arkansas? Will 2 of them be from Arkansas?
okay. I was about to say absolutely not 3.
Will 2 of them be from Arkansas?
Well, Nick Smith Jr. absolutely will be one of them. I don't know about Anthony Black. I think I have real concerns with his ability, his shooting motion.
So what do you think his draft potential lies then?
I've seen him a lot. Every draft lottery I've seen has him as a lottery pick. Every draft my draft I've seen.
So
I couldn't get on board with that jump shot though, and I think that might.
Did you see Magic Johnson jump shot when he was in college?
No.
It was ugly.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure he had one.
Okay. It'd be tough to. I mean, I've seen enough highlights to know it wasn't like that.
Okay. I'm just talking about pure talent. Arkansas got talent to make some noise. I mean, and I got them going to the Elite Eight again. That's their kryptonite. It's the Elite Eight. They can't get past that. Take it to the bank, America. 3 times in a row, Arkansas to the Elite Eight. What you say, JJ?
Hey, from your lips to God's ears, I'd love for that to be the case. I would love for that to be the case. I do have them even beating Kansas, but unfortunately, I don't have them making it all the way to the Elite Eight.
Well,
I have UConn.
I got them there. Talent-wise, they got 3 McDonald's All-American. 6'5", Nick Smith Jr. Will be, from all reports I see, either the 3rd or 4th person picked in the draft.
I've seen anywhere from 3 to 10. Yeah.
Okay, 3 to 10. Man, they pushing them back. Okay, Anthony Black. He has vacillated all over the place. I have seen him a lot. If you take away his shooting thing, his shot, everything else he got is easily NBA ready almost, in my mind.
Yeah, he's great. He has great defensive awareness for a freshman. He's 6'7". Yeah, he's really good at a lot of different things, but shooting is. He shoots 32%. He doesn't shoot necessarily a bad percentage from 3. 32% from 3 is fine. He just can't take as many threes as you'd like because it takes him a year to get the ball off.
Okay, well, with all that talent that Arkansas has, could they make it to the Final Four?
If everything broke right for them, sure, but I wouldn't put my money on that happening.
Okay.
I mean, and notice one of the McDonald's All-Americans that you didn't mention, the guy who's not been playing like one McDonald's All-American for the entirety of the season.
You're talking about Mr. Walsh.
Jordan Walsh, I mean, he's
6'7" guard.
Or forward, or...
He's listed as a guard, but he plays a forward. I hear what you're saying, but he's listed as a guard.
Yeah, he's not been played like... He has not played like a McDonald's All-American.
I will say, Arkansas got strength at every position, if you ask me.
Okay.
I just like their team talent-wise.
What's their strength at the 4?
Their strength at the 4 is Walsh.
Okay.
He's a McDonald's All-American. He hasn't been playing like a McDonald's All-American, but he hasn't been playing like a Patsy.
He's been playing replacement level.
Okay. They got Council the 4th.
Yeah.
They got Devo Davis, who's... Oh, man, I love Devo Davis. And I would love to see Arkansas play Michigan State. They're not in the same bracket. They play a lot alike to me. They're coached a lot.
Except Michigan State shoots it a lot better.
They do. But Arkansas is more talented than Michigan State.
And if they played one another, I bet Michigan State would be favored.
You do.
Well, there's one's a 7 seed and one is an 8 seed.
Arkansas is a favorite over Illinois. But JJ, we're gonna get ready to get out of here.
Yeah, they play in Illinois. They wouldn't be over
WPS. We'll pick Suey.
We'll pick Suey.
Okay.